coaching call. Super excited today. We've got a very, very special call happening. Okay, are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Awesome, let's do it. Killing it. So guys, who we got in the building? We got Athens, Greece in the building. Stavrula. We've got Clement Ari from Ghana. Welcome, bro. Welcome. Sandy from Zimbabwe. We got Charlotte from Mauritius in the building. Cape Town, Geo. Singapore, my brother Victor Zeng is in the building. Eastbourne, Stella, welcome Stella. It's great to see you on here. Sean Chang from Malaysia, welcome Sean. London, Sarah, hey. We've got Pia and Kael from Stockholm, Sweden. I've never been to Stockholm. I'd love to go actually. It's one of my places on my list. We've got Anno from Sweden, Leah from Denmark. Hey Leah. Eamon O'Brien, I believe you're in Spain right now, right? Amit from Crawley, my uncle. Hey, we've got Diana from Kenya. Wow, we have got a very diverse bunch this evening, guys. The radio biz is losing millions for not discovering both of you guys. Love it. We got Phuket, Philip Masterman. I miss you, Phil. So, guys, welcome to the call. It's great to have all of you on here. We've got a super exciting one today, and I just want to dive straight into it because I don't want to take any more time here. Obviously, you know the guy who's on this call. I'm hosting this evening. This is normally his call, but we've got IMD Shush Arya, an absolute living legend in our business, in World Ventures, and in the network marketing industry. 17 years of experience, wowzers, 10 years with World Ventures, one of our highest caliber leaders that we've got, and he does so much. Obviously, he doesn't need to work anymore, but still every week he does these calls for us. He's always helping us because he's really, what's driving him is wanting to help us win, help the team win. He's built an organization for hundreds of thousands of people. He's helped thousands of people literally change their lives forever, but he's still doing this. So honestly, immense respect. And I get to say he's my dad. He's one of my closest people, if not my best friend on the planet. And I'm so blessed and grateful to have you as my personal mentor. It means a lot to me. If it wasn't for you, I most definitely wouldn't be where I am today. So welcome, Mr. Shush Arya.
Thank you, Sanjay.
You're welcome. So look, what we're going to do a Q&A, guys. So any burning questions that you have for Shush, please drop them in the chat box immediately, and we're going to go through some of them. First of all, I've got a few questions myself that I'm going to get across, and I believe are going to be really useful for all of you, all of us. And let's go from there. So make sure as we're going along, just plot your questions, your burning questions in the chat box. So let's get straight started. So Dad, first question I want to ask you is, what's the number one piece of advice you would pass on to someone starting out in our business?
Okay, so I think that the number one thing I would say is that obviously is to keep it simple, right? Okay, so what I see a lot of people do is confuse the business. I mean, here's the thing, guys. I mean, like, keeping it simple, and obviously, I mean, you know what? It's difficult to say there's just a one thing or number one thing. I would say that, like, you know, really that there's like just a few really key things, especially for new people. Number one is you know, keep it simple. Number two is that know what you want, right? Where do you want to be? I mean, you gotta, you know, first of all, you gotta sort of like know exactly what you want to get out of this, out of doing this, you know. You've heard me say this before, that like you got to see yourself in 5 years time. You have to have the vision to see yourself 5 years from now living a different life to what you're living today, and you know, that being a dream life. So just picture yourself adding, say, you know, 5,000 a month residual income, and it could be a lot more than that. Okay. But you gotta see yourself in that position in 5 years from now. Just imagine that if you work this business. I mean, we have hundreds and hundreds of people around the world who've achieved that, like 5,000 a month plus, some, you know, like a lot more. But picture yourself in 5 years' time, okay, making that money, you know, and imagine what your life's going to be like. So that's the first thing. The second thing is you have to give it time, right? Think that it's going to be 5 years of taking persistent, consistent action, training, all that kind of stuff, right? Okay, to you know, reach that dream life. Because this is what I see is a lot of people, they expect fast results. I mean, it's a little bit like, you know, someone saying, oh, I want to be a doctor, okay, but I don't want to go to medical school, right? There's a learning process for our business, right? And it's not to say that you can't get results fast, straight away. You can if you follow the system, okay? But the thing is, it's going to take you time to learn the business, and you learn while you take action. So that's really, I mean, they're the main things. And you know, I suppose the only other thing for new people is the biggest mistake I see with new people that they make is they say too much, right? You've heard me say this before, that they get all excited and they spew over people. You know, they just give it away. Keep it simple, right? Just say to people, I have something you have to see, right? Okay. And that's it, especially with your warm and hot market. All right, mate.
That's awesome. I mean, so keep it simple, know where you're obviously heading, have the vision in mind. You got to give it time. You got to be willing and understand that you're not going to make $1 million overnight. And it is all a learning process. I mean, no matter what job you do, obviously, you have to learn how to do that job, right? It's the same with this business. One thing that you actually said there is you said it takes consistent, persistent action. Now, is that consistent action of maybe 1 presentation a day, 3 presentations a day, or consistently doing like 3 presentations on a Monday and then, oh, maybe I'm not feeling it Tuesday, Wednesday, but I'm definitely going to do another 3 presentations at some point this week? What would you class as consistency?
Yeah, so like, again, you have to have a number, a daily number, okay, that you commit to, right? So the thing is, again, residual income comes from residual effort, right? Okay, so let me say that again. Residual income comes from residual effort, right? And the thing is, if you're working, you know, if you're working full time, then absolutely, you know, commit to like getting at least one person to watch a video presentation or get to a live presentation a day, one a day, right? But you do it every day, consistently, right? Okay. And the thing is, you see, if you're working full time, I mean, this is where, like, you know, if you understand leverage, if you read the book, Think Rich Dad Poor Dad, right, by Robert Kiyosaki, that book it teaches all about leverage, right? This is when I got this, when I understood the whole leverage thing. I mean, I got super excited. You see, this is what happens, guys, right? Let me sort of like lay it out to you, and this is the reason why it's just worth keeping on going, right? Okay. See, at the moment is you, right? You're doing one a day. Let's say, for example, you have more time to commit to the business, then you maybe do like show 3 people a day. So so this is like all the activity you do, right? So you might be reaching out to 20 to 30 people a day in order to get three people to actually watch a video, right? Okay, so you reach out to say 20 to 30 people. And when I say reach out, you're messaging them or calling them, etc. And then what happens is that, you know, obviously a percentage of them will come back to you and say, yes, I'm available. You know, you strike up a conversation. Yes, I'm open to having a look. Yeah. You know, if you say to someone, look, I've got something you know, I want to share with you, or I've got something you have to see, right? Okay. Then, you know, very, very simply, like, you're going to get a percentage of that 20 or 30 will come back to you. Okay. And from the ones that come back to you say, yes, I'm open, maybe, you know, like gain a percentage of those will actually turn up to watch the video, watch the presentation, right? See, that is our business. That is all you should be doing, right? Okay. And then anyone who's interested, like, so the thing is, you know, and I'll give you an example. Someone like, you know, I was just talking to an old friend yesterday on Facebook, and you know, like, you know, just about house things, and you know, blah, blah, and like, and he was like, oh, you know, I'm going through some bad times, went through a divorce, this, that, whatever. I'm just saying, I'm really sorry to hear that. And we're just chatting on Facebook, and then I just said, and what you do for work, right? And then like the answers that he gave me, right, was basically he loved to travel. He was traveling a lot, but now he's like not working. Used to work for Etihad, this, that, whatever. And I just said, okay, cool. And he said, I'm looking for something. He actually wrote in the chat box, I'm looking for something. And then I just wrote him back and just said to him, okay, I said, I think I have something for you, right? Okay, right? When can I call you, right? So me personally, I'd rather like just jump on a quick call to set up them having a look at a video, right? Okay. And I prefer to use videos. I mean, obviously,
just quickly to interrupt, if you're going to call someone before, because you still use videos, like even if you're going to call them, you use a video to do the presentation for you. How would your setup call sort of go?
Yeah, so basically, I mean, like, you know, when I get them on the phone, I would just say, hey, you know, so what's been happening? And, you know, I just like find out a little bit, obviously, if I haven't spoken to for a little while, and just say, look, you know, I'm actually involved in a business, work from home business. I've been involved for 10 years, you know, in the company I've been working with. And, you know, basically it's all about travel. I know that you like to travel, and, you know, you can actually earn create a very significant income working alongside what you're doing. So obviously I know that you're not working at the moment, but this is a side hustle. You know, this is something so once you get a job, you can still do it alongside what you do, okay? And, you know, if you're open, I'd love to, you know, share a video with you, which is 15 minutes long. You know, if you like it, I don't know whether you're going to like it or not. So I actually take it away in that sense. I just say, you know, you may like it, you might not. But, you know, very simply, you know, just tell me after you've watched the video whether you liked it or not. And if you do, then we can talk more. Jump on another call. Simple, simple, simple. And then I just said to the guy, you know, have you got 15 minutes now? And he went, yeah. I just said, okay, I'm going to give you the link. Watch the video. And then basically, you know, just tell me if you like it or not, right? You know, doesn't matter either way. It's no problem. And then basically what happened is, you know, the guy said, you know, look, you know, looks good, but I just need to I need some more information, need to really look into it a little bit more. So then what I did is I sent him the link to vacationsooner.biz. So vacationsooner.biz, if you haven't seen it already, it's a page that we've set up, which has got video one. It's actually the same video. So I actually sent him to earnavacation.com. So I use that as I like that page, earnavacation.com, because it's got a very good presentation, 15 minutes, and it's the only video on the page. So it's a simple page. So I get someone to look at that first. And then if they like it and want more information, I send them to vacationsooner.biz, where the you know, video one is the same video. Number two is a compensation plan, how you make money video. Video three is a full webinar presentation that Matt Morris did. And then you've got the video story testimonials. So we've added a bunch of video testimonials from members all around the world. Then you've got the 3 Dream Trips videos as well. You know, so there's a whole bunch of information. There's research links, facts, the social media links. So essentially, like, you know, what I'm going to say to that person is, you know, have a look at that information. And then, you know, I'll just say, look, when will you get a couple of hours to go through everything? And, you know, like, can you do that in the next day or so? And then we can talk again. So what I'm going to do is every conversation that I have with someone, I'm going to finish off by making an appointment to speak to them again to find out whether they want to do it or not. Yeah. So what I'm doing is I'm just collecting decisions. This is the way that I've always built my businesses, and, you know, actually I've sponsored more than, You know, in my 17 years in this industry, sponsored more than 600 people personally, never mind, you know, obviously helping thousands of others, like actually sign up people as well with three-way calls, etc. Okay.
That's awesome. And now the next question I want to ask is, because you've brought in so many people and you've built such a massive team, yourself and your business partner, Peter Powdrum, you've had hundreds of thousands, actually over 1 million people come through your team in the past, right? So what does it take to build a sustainable business rather than having bursts of momentum here and there where it goes up and then it drops down?
Yeah. So, and again, let me just sort of also add to what I told you about what I do. If what you are doing is working for you, right? If what you are doing is working for you and getting results, don't change it, right? Just keep doing it, right? So here's the thing. I mean, like, what in answer to the question that you've asked, see, again, what happens is that, like, I mean, if you want to like create momentum, so this is getting back to like that whole leverage thing, right? You gotta just keep going, keep going, keep going. So the thing is, it's like initially it's you. You need to sign up a few people, right? And obviously looking for people who are gonna copy you, who are gonna also follow the system. But obviously, you know, there's an 80-20 rule in life, right? So, you know, it's just, this is like, you can't fight it, but, you know, essentially, say 10 people join your team. It's the people that you sign up, and the people that they sign up. From the 10 people, 2 people will do something. It's just normal, right? I mean, you know, don't get scared. It's just normal, okay? 8 people will do nothing. 8 people will pay their membership, maybe just being in for the travel. You know, the time's not quite right for them. So the thing is, timing determines not just when they sign up, but when they actually get started in working, right? Okay. So that's normal. But what you're doing is you're looking for the people who are like, so let's say that those 2 people that are taking action also do 1 presentation a day, right? Suddenly now you have 3 presentations a day. Let's say you're all doing 1 each. Now you've got 3 presentations a day happening every day, right? Okay. And then let's say those 3 people, okay, like you and those 2 people sign up 2 more members, right? Who are taking action, who are doing the same thing. And now suddenly there's 6 of you who are showing 1 person a day, right? And now you've got 6 presentations happening every day. So this is the leverage. So a lot of people think, oh my God, I've got to do all the work myself. Oh, you don't have to do all the work yourself. The thing is, you're looking for a handful of like-minded people who are going to take action like you are, right? Actually, you want to surround yourself with 4 to 6 people who are doing the same as you. But the thing is, it might not necessarily be the 4 to 6 people that you sign up yourself, right? It could be that, you know, you sign some people up who sign some people up who sign. So from that team and from that, you know, you find that, you know, one of those 6 people, okay, who you're running with, right? And eventually you build that up. So, I mean, it's like, you know, for example, this week, working, you know, I was just looking at the numbers today. So we've had something like, I don't know, I'd say it's Thursday now. 1,300 new members this week, right? In mine and Peter's team, right? So how does that happen? Okay. You know, how is it that like that position that we're working with Peter is number 1 income earner on a company at the moment, top cycler, etc. Right? So this is it in very simple terms, right? In the beginning, 10 years ago, we went crazy. We were working like crazy. So any one of you who remember those times, me and Peter were on the road like crazy. So we built the foundation of the business. You know, we found the leaders, right? Okay. And we found leaders who found leaders, and we developed it. So, you know, we may be only putting about 14 to 18 people, say, Okay, but those people like started duplicating, and then suddenly now today I would say that we have something in the region of, I mean, like if you imagine that there's something like, I don't know, let's just say that there's 7 times 200 people, right? So 200 people join our team every day. Let's just say it's probably a little bit more than that, but let's just to keep it simple. But let's say there's 200 people joining our team every day, right? So this is what happens, guys. Obviously, you'd say that like on average, let's say 1 in 5 people join, right? So out of 5 people see the presentation, okay, let's say 1 in 5 join, right? Okay. So that means if you times 5 times the 200, that means 1,000 people worldwide from our worldwide team see the presentation every day, whether it's a live webinar, whether it's a video presentation in multiple languages, etc. Right? Okay. So if 1,000 presentations are happening in the team every day, right, then obviously, you're probably going to be talking like for every one person who actually comes and looks at a presentation, maybe, I don't know, you've had to reach out to another 5. So 5,000 people have been reached out to on a day-to-day basis globally, right? So the thing is that leverage just occurred because when we started, we put in about 18 people and we went crazy for 3 years. Like we were traveling, like, so we were doing back-to-back, Skype. I mean, back then we didn't really use Zoom, we were using Skype, but we were doing Skype calls literally all day long, yeah, for teams all over. So like today, obviously it's Zoom, right? Okay. And then as soon as like there was some momentum happening within a particular market, we went, we traveled to that market to support them. Normally it's like 30 to 50 new members joined within a certain period of time. We went to support that. Yeah. But the thing is, you have to, initially, you got to like build that core team of 4 to 6 people. I know it was a long answer, but
no, that's awesome. That's really, really good. So much value in that. Now, the next question I want to ask, personal development, whether that's books, it's videos, it's audios, podcasts, whatever, is personal development a must?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, 100%. I mean, every single person that I know is successful in this industry is a product of personal development, full stop. Okay, for me, for a lot of you who know my story, I really had no experience when I started. And not only did I have no experience in this industry, I had all the odds stacked against me to succeed. So, I was broke, like minus 500,000 broke. That's how broke I was. Going 500,000, 500, pounds a month more into debt every single month at the time I got involved in network marketing. Secondly, so I had no time. I was already working 90 hours a week, 80, 90 hours a week. I was exhausted. Jay at the time was 3 years old. Ace, my stepson, at the time, who I brought up, was 11 years old. My Jay's mom, who I was married to at the time, was totally like anti what I was doing. She just couldn't understand why I was doing another thing on top of like having a full-time job and also running my Computer Man business. My self-esteem was low, my self-confidence was low. Everything was like, against me. But you know what? I had this burning desire to change my life. I hated my life. Okay. So, sorry, I forgot the question. What was the question?
Is personal development a must?
Yeah. So the books that I was reading, the videos I was watching, the audios, that was what kept me going, because there was like, I could tell you I wanted to quit 1,000 times. I actually wanted to quit on life, believe it or not. I mean, I had some crazy thoughts, sometimes thinking, oh my God, is it really worth it? Is this my life? Is this how it's going to be forever? That's how it was. And you know what, but I just wanted to change it so bad, so desperately.
Okay, okay, cool. And the next question I want to ask follows on to that really well. Is it important to go to the events and attend the online team calls? If so, how important?
Yeah, so that's all about the personal development. This is like what I was saying earlier, that if you want to be a doctor, you obviously got to go to medical school for 7 years, right? Okay. If you want to become $1 million a year earner in this industry, you have to, like develop skills. So if you've never made $1 million in a year, right, then you don't have the skills yet to achieve that, right? Okay. So the income catches up to your skills and the person that you are, right? And so it's ongoing. I mean, the thing is, it's ongoing, and like until you, um, I mean, the thing is, it's a daily routine. I mean, like you got to 100%. I mean, it's like the only thing. Yeah.
And is it normally when someone starts out in our business, they're very excited. They've seen the presentation. It's like, wow, it's travel, it's money, awesome. Why do some people lose their excitement?
Yeah, the thing is, people lose their excitement because they have a microwave attitude that they're expecting, fast results, normally for doing very little. I mean, like, they might show 20 people and suddenly like they don't get any success, and then they like lose that excitement. And that's because they can't picture themselves in 5 years. This is like I said earlier, you have to be able to see yourself in 5 years living the life of your dreams and always focus on that. And that's what's going to keep you going. See, if you're in a comfort zone, normally it's going to be hard for you to, like stay on track, stay focused. Okay, so the thing is, you got to get out of that comfort zone, and you got to take that consistent, persistent action. You got to continue be learning, and you got to also become almost obsessed. Hold on one second, I just plugged my power in. Yeah, so you got to you got to be obsessed on your future life, on achieving your future life. Okay, and the thing is, when you're down, when you're feeling low or whatever, speak to your upline, speak to a coach, a mentor, get a recharge on the personal development, motivation, watch motivational things. There's great stuff on YouTube, etc., and pick yourself up. Yeah. I mean, everyone has bad days. Everybody had bad days. Sometimes you've had bad days. Sometimes I've had bad days. And sometimes also, you know what? You have to also take a break, right? So this is important. So you've heard me say this before. Leave it for 2 days. Take a couple of days off, right? Recharge your mind, your batteries. Do some personal development stuff, and then come back to it. If you're if you're in a frustrated state or you're down, then the thing is, you're not in a peak state to do the business. I would say take a break. Get yourself back into a peak state. Okay.
So you sort of already answered this question, and this is, what would you say is the number one reason that people quit? And a big part of that, what you just said, that really stood out to me is obviously where people don't have results, and they see the money going out, but they obviously don't see the returns coming in.
Yeah.
And I mean, personally for me, I'd want to know what your views on this is. I think a big part of this tends to come down to managing people's expectations when they get started as well.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I mean, like, see, if you sponsor someone and you make out to them that it's easy, like that the business is easy and you're going to make money fast and you're going to make it simply, then the thing is, you're lying to them. You see, that is, see, like, you see, when I sign someone up, I'll tell people, if this is a 5-year gig, right? If you commit to this business for 5 years and you follow the steps that we teach you and you follow the system, you learn, you do the personal development, you go to the events and you take daily action, you stay consistent and persistent, and you do this for 5 years, right? Then you will win, okay? And then obviously you're going to find a few people, a handful of people who are crazy like you, who also want to win, okay? and then that duplicates. See, that's what it's all about. And so the thing is, you know, you got to prepare people, right? I mean, but the thing is, you can't just be in the business. Here's the thing. You can't just be in the business and expect, oh, you know, like, if you take no action, if you don't do the things that we're telling you to do, if you don't do anything, you know, and then like 4 years down the road, you said, well, you know, I'm almost in the 5th year and nothing's happened. Well, if you haven't done anything, you can't expect, you know, just because you've been in the business 5 years, you didn't do anything, nothing's going to happen. So like, you know, it's not just about being around for 5 years, it's about taking that persistent, consistent action, learning, you know, training, do the trainings and like, you know, plugging into the system and taking action. That's what it's all about. Okay.
That's awesome. Look, we're rapidly running out of time. So I've got one last question. Then we got a few questions from some other team members. Okay. My last question for you is, knowing everything that you know now, your almost 18 years of experience, if you were back at day one of starting in network marketing, what would you do differently, if anything?
What would I do differently? Probably like the only thing that I would do differently is not, and I think Peter said the same thing, is not waste time with the wrong people. Like I wasted a lot of time with the wrong people, yeah, thinking I could change them. But the bottom line is, the only way you're gonna motivate or inspire people is by you creating success for yourself and other people. So the thing is, you know, if people don't do what they say they're going to do, right? If they don't take the action that they say they're going to take, okay, then quite frankly, you know, I'm just going to find someone who is willing to work, right? Okay, and to actually be I mean, you know, like, you know, the one thing, you know, one of my real pet peeves is the fact that, like, when you coach and mentor someone, right? Okay, they don't listen to you. They don't take the action, right? They go against what you say, right? But, you know, they don't have the success, they don't have the results, you know, they don't have the bank account, but yet it's like they know better, right? Okay, so there we go. Okay, there's a couple of questions in the chat as well here. Let's just have a look at these. Victor asks, how will you advise a team member who sees some negative news on YouTube or social media and then asks you about it? How would you approach it? So I would always say to people, look, the bottom line is that, you know, social media, blogs, web, online, Google. See, nowadays, obviously, people can put anything up that they want. Yeah, right. And, you know, it's because it's a smorgasbord where you can just put stuff. And obviously, you know, sometimes you get people that say joined our business, didn't take the action, and then they badmouth the company. Maybe that, like, someone joined years ago. So again, some of the negative stuff online is from years ago. You know, when the company first started, there was very few trips, etc. Right? Nothing like it was today. So maybe that you know, making comments about that. It's possible that some people, so again, sometimes you have competitors. So here's the thing, guys. Sometimes you have competitors who actually, again, will like attack us, right? So there's all sorts of reasons why people put crap up, yeah, but they're opinions, right? So remember, they're opinions. See, this is what I would say to like anyone who says about like that, oh, I found some negative stuff. Just say, okay, look, would you say that you're a smart person? And if they say yes, just say, look, if you're a smart person, then would you not agree that it's better to make decisions based off facts and not opinions? Get agreement. Just say yes, okay. Just say, look, anyone can put opinions up on the internet, right? I mean, like, you know, you could find, if you type in Mother Teresa scam, you'll find some like nasty stuff about Mother Teresa. Right? Okay. It's just the reality, right? So, like, you know, here's where you're going to get the facts. Go have a look at worldventures.com. Go and have a look at the corporate website. Go and have a look at our World Ventures page. you know, the Facebook World Ventures page. Have a look at our Instagram. Have a look at our Dream Trips page. Go have a look at youshouldbehere.com, okay, where you'll see literally, I don't know, 700,000-800,000 pictures of our members who are traveling around the world. Go have a look at, you know, the World Travel Awards website where it states all our awards. These are the facts, basically, right? So, you know, obviously, if you're going to make a decision, get the facts, not opinions of others. We had Robert Kiyosaki speak at one of our events. If we were a bad company, do you think Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, would speak at one of our events? So you know what? It's common sense, right? So another question here from Dennis, which is, hi Shush and Jay, we're about to get out of the lockdown in most of the countries in Europe. We needed to adjust over the last 10 weeks. Obviously, we need to adjust again. What is the only thing you would adjust to new circumstances as online became a big part of the business? So yeah, I mean, look, obviously, whatever you're doing before the lockdown, which is working, obviously get back to it. But, you know, the great thing is everybody has learned great new skills about building a business online, right? So that's the positive about it, right? Okay, so, you know, for me, I mean, it's always like you do everything. You know, we have everything going on in our team. What's the best advice to give someone who's just got started and now spoken to controlling partner who says, no, I don't want you to be a part of this? Man, there's nothing you can do. You know, the bottom line is if you can't get that partner on side, there's nothing you can do. So the thing is, you know, if they've had a proper look at it, you know, I'm afraid to say that you have to let it go. Yeah. I've never seen someone whose partner was negative, right? Okay. That, like, if they didn't get the support of the partner. So, I mean, my partner was, Jay's mom was negative, but I just told her, look, I'm going to do this anyway. I just need you to give me 6 months. So if that person cannot negotiate with that person to allow them to do it and not give them a hard time, it never works. It never works. Okay. Okay, perfect.
And then we've got 2 more questions in the Q&A section. One's from Sandy. Should one simply build one left, one right on their outer legs, or should we be building more than one position at a time?
Okay, that's a good question. So if you know me, I will tell you this. Only build one position, okay? I would never build a second position, right? Unless you've got your IMD and you've got strength and momentum in both the legs. Yeah, so I mean, some people disagree with me, you know, don't get me wrong. And if this goes against what your upline says or whatever, you know, look, you know, my bad. But me personally, you got to focus on building one position, okay?
And just to add on to that, by the way, guys, obviously it depends who your upline is, all of that. I just want to, again, put out there, Shush and Peter, their position, their single position is the highest paying position. Like, it's been the highest income earning position for weeks in a row now in the entire World Ventures worldwide. Okay, so that's just something to put out there. We've got one last question. I keep showing and no signups for month. What am I not doing?
Okay, so I keep showing and no signups for months. What am I not doing? Okay, so the thing is, there could be 100 things there. So I would need more information about, you know, exactly, you know, the process. I mean, it could be that you're saying too much, right? If they're turning up and watching the presentations, are you getting people on 3-way calls? Tony, thank you very much, right? You know, who are they? I mean, like, what is is it the right target market, right? Okay, so there's so many things, but we need to know really, like, exactly what you're doing, right? See, if you've shown tons and tons of people and not one person has signed up, then normally there's something in that process of what you're doing, it's not working. If you follow what I talked about before, okay, see, 9 out of 10 times is because you say too much and you're not like, and the thing is, see, if you're not building this business with enthusiasm, energy, positivity, optimism, and total belief, and you know, sometimes you have to get someone to speak to your prospect who likes what they see, okay, who has got like that, all that, if you don't necessarily have it yourself, right? Certainly if you're new, you don't have a story yet. You don't have an income story. You don't have maybe a travel story. So the thing is, you know, you got to put people, you know, on three-way calls. So if someone's seen a video or a presentation and they like what they see, right, but like, you know, they're not ready to sign up yet, then your objective is to put them on a three-way call with an up, okay?
And just on top of that, also, one thing that you got to do is definitely work out your numbers. This is something that I got from, well, obviously you, and also Chris Alex really went over that on one of our training events. You got to write down everyone that you're showing on a list. You got to write down everyone, figure out your numbers. If you showed 100 people and no one signed up, or no one said yes, or that they're interested, obviously there's a break in the connection somewhere there, and that's when you can go to your upline, your mentor, whoever it is, and say to them, look, I've shown this many people, I've had no luck with signing anyone up, anyone else that sees this for what it is and that wants to build this with me, what am I doing wrong? And then from there, whoever's done it, your guidance, they can go over how to correct it. I mean, I've done this with you, Dad, Shush, so many times, over and over again. And actually now was this sort of past few weeks, I'd say, I've been really doing more when it comes to closing, all of these things. Still, I use Shush on pretty much every single call, just because he's got the experience. So find someone. Three-way calls are so important. You can talk about it all day. Even if you've got the experience, use someone else. It shows the support.
It shows the support 100%. Yeah. So, you know, it's not quite finished. The last thing I want to say is, obviously this weekend, guys, is boot camp Europe, right? Okay. So, man, you know what? You have 48 hours to get as many of your team members on boot camp Europe as possible. Now is the time. You got to go into massive, major promotion mode. Here's the thing, guys. Normally it's going to, like, if you wanted to attend boot camp Europe, it's going to cost you around $1,000. Like, if you're traveling within Europe, it's going to cost you $1,000, euros, okay, to get to that event, because of the event ticket, because of flights, travel costs, hotels, and obviously the cost of being away a few days, right? At least $1,000, right? Okay. And there's an opportunity here where you can attend a virtual bootcamp event for $50, $75 for the VIP, right? So, guys, again, if you want to explode your business, get team members on that, right? So not only do you attend that event, but get your team members on that event. That's how you expose. See, that's the secret. I mean, if you want the secret, the real secret to our business and exploding your business, is the number of people you get on the training events, right? That's the single most important thing. Actually, like, going back to your very first question, single most important, how many people you can get to the training events. Because you see, the events you're leveraging to build your people, right? To give them the education, right? So they have the skills and the belief to build a business. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you very much. Okay.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. And thank you for all of the value. I've got a load of notes on here. Big one, full caps, get people to the events. That's awesome.
Okay. So if you found today a value, just put in the comments, that you enjoyed it, that you found it a value. Just type in value in the chat, and that's great. Then it sort of just makes it worth, the good feedback makes it worth doing it every week, like I've been doing for the last 10 years. 10 years, wow. Awesome. Okay, so that's great. I appreciate that. Beautiful. Okay, guys, thank you very much. See you soon.
Thanks, guys. Have a blessed one.